Check, 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 check.
Check, 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 check.
Can you hear me? In yours,
I
yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the live watch-along of Hampton and Richmond Borough versus Chelmsford City. The Clarets on February 14th, Valentine's Day, here in TW12 at BEAVERS Stadium. My name is Jack Lonergan, as always, and today I have a new partner. I'm joined by Jake Holmes. How are we, Jake?
I'm good, thanks. I'm excited to make my debut here.
Yeah.
I've been coming all season, but not on the watch-along.
Yeah.
Mainly stuck behind a laptop writing or tweeting.
Yeah.
So nice to be in front of camera for once.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too big a change, considering you basically just moved one seat over.
Yeah, no, same position. It's got the same view, but people can actually see me this time.
Exactly. And what a day for it as well. We've suffered so much rain, and now finally a lovely bit of sunshine. It's a little chillier here than usual, but should be a perfect day for football.
I mean, I could be wrong in saying this. I think it's the first day so far we haven't had rain in the UK of this year.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
at least down here.
And it was a beautiful morning. It's still a beautiful day over here in Hampton. It sets the environment for a great game of football. The pitch is perfect. The players look ready. I'm excited for it. Yeah,
me too. And obviously going into the game, Hampton and Richmond Borough 4 games unbeaten, coming off that really good away win, 3-0 at the Focus Community Arena to Hemel Hempstead Town. Really good performance there. Brendan Kiernan brace and Nana Boateng on his first start, nabbing a very well taken goal on his left foot. And then Chelmsford City have been plagued by postponements, as much of the league has in recent weeks, and they actually haven't played in February. And last time out, they lost 5-0 away to Slough Town. But despite that, they sit in 13th right now, but they have 3 games in hand. If they were to win all of those games, they could move as high as 5th. So they're no mugs, the Clarets, especially with Lyle Taylor leading the line. And without further ado, I might get into the starting 11s if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Let's do it. So to start with your Beavers, we have Aaron Maguire in net. Tottenham loanee making his 3rd appearance, 2nd here at the Bev after keeping a clean sheet at Hemel Hempstead. Edwino Vaz quickly becoming a fan favourite, also picked up an assist in that midweek matchup. Ronan Silva, number 7 Brendan Kiernan, number 8 Sam Deadfield, who recently had another baby. Congratulations to Sam Deadfield. Nana Boateng making his 2nd consecutive start. Alan Massey, the captain, going to be leading from the back. Harry Gardner starting in midfield alongside Kwaku Frimpong, the loanee from Worthing, who was confirmed to be on a month-long loan yesterday via socials. And then rounding out the starting 11, 2 centre-backs of David Long King, of course, facing his old side. He made 16 appearances for the Clarets this season, scoring 1 goal. And then, of course, the return of Luis Fernandez making his 2nd home debut at BEAVERS Stadium after his return after a little spell at Eastleigh in the National League. He's back and hopefully here to stay for a very long time. On the bench for Hampton and Richmond Borough, Paul Field, number 2 Paul Field, number 6 Hayden Vaughan, number 9, Craig Fasamade. Number 10, Max Kretschmar. Haven't seen the co-assistant manager in a playing capacity for quite some time now. He's been out with an injury, so hopefully we see Max back in action rather than just on the touchline today. Number 14, Aaron Lacey, the Oxford United loanee. Another centre-back in Harry Thomas providing cover as well, number 15. And then, of course, the very popular number 39, Reece Grego Cox, who has bags of talent and has scored some wonderful goals this season so far. Also, just want to say quick shout out, because we are broadcasting simultaneously with over on MixLR for some radio commentary. So if you're listening in on MixLR, don't worry, I still have the chat in front of me. So please get your questions in, just like those on the watch along. Get your questions in and comments in the chat and the comment section of both YouTube and MixLR. I look forward to hearing from all of you. And without further ado, we have the away side starting 11 as well. In goal, Joe Wright, the number 1. Number 2, Kian Ronan. Number 3, Harry Barbrook. Number 4, and captain, Tom Lapsley. Number 5, Joe Grimwood. Number 11, Ricky Holmes. Number 16, Ben Tompkins. Number 18, Archie Tamplin. Number 12, I can't read my own writing. Jet Murphy. Number 23, Jason Adigan, very good player who scored the only goal of the game in this season's reverse fixture with a lovely little back heel. And number 33, of course, is that man, Lyle Taylor, who has 11 goals in all competitions so far this season for the Clarets. He's a striker with lots of experience at all levels of the non-league and English footballing pyramid above. Obviously a long-time championship striker with Nottingham Forest, and didn't make an appearance in the Premier League but was part of their Premier League squad when they were first promoted in 2022. So lots to look forward to. On the bench for Chelmsford City, backup goalkeeper number 13 Eastwood, number 7 Davis, number 10 a Luton Town loanee Odega, number 14 Critchlow, number 19 Appiah, number 25 Charlie Adams, number 26 Stepien Iwumene. Apologies. So there's always one. Last but not least, I was doing so well.
I will say, looking at Chelmsford City, I don't know this team particularly well, but I'm excited to see another Holmes on the pitch. So I've got vested interest in another Holmes doing well. I'll also say this is a bit of it's a funny match for me. So Chelmsford City is the first team I ever did a match report on.
Really?
It's where I kind of earned my stripes. To say so, obviously now here in a Hampton and Richmond capacity, hoping they do well.
Yeah.
But a little bit of a soft spot for Chelmsford.
Cool. Yeah, I mean it's a good side. They've gone from strength to strength in recent years. I think they're a full-time outfit who are really trying to make a push for the National League. So it's going to be a good contest here. I think Hampton and Richmond Borough obviously starting to climb out of that relegation scrap, trying to look up the table rather than behind us and over our shoulder at the teams down there at the bottom. Can we continue our upward trajectory and make it 5 games unbeaten, hopefully with a win here at Beverley Stadium? Well, you'll just have to wait and find out.
I think we've got a great chance there. I mean, as you say, they haven't played this month so far. We've got a great opportunity to really take advantage of some rustiness now. And I think this is the real opportunity. Like you said, we haven't lost in 4 games. Make it 5 in a row. If this was a different club, someone would be getting a haircut. And we can really push on from this point. Yeah.
And I think, obviously, when you're playing a team, they're a full-time side. They've been training. But match fitness is another thing. When you are facing a team who hasn't played in 2 weeks, how important is that first 10, 15 minutes going to be, do you reckon?
I think, well, the thing is with Hampton and Richmond, the first 20 minutes, we've always been the stronger side at home, even the games that we've lost. And it's just been about converting those chances in the first 20. With a side that's a bit rusty, that might be a step off the mark, I think we've got a real opportunity to get ourselves a goal, maybe 2 goals to the good in that opening 20 minutes. And I think that's going to be the real difference maker here, is how do we exploit them in that opening 20 minutes when they're still trying to feel out the game.
Yeah, like you said, I think we've started fast a number of times, but we probably haven't always capitalised on that momentum. We left it really late against Hornchurch last weekend, even after starting pretty well, but we found ourselves 2-0 down. And as I speak, the players are walking out onto the pitch, and it's worth noting, it's of course of no import to you guys at home, but just out of interest for everyone in the ground. So Chelmsford were initially scheduled to wear their purple and white away kit. Instead, they're turning out, and I have to say, quite a tidy black and gold number, probably just to avoid any semblance of a kit clash with our own dark red and blue this season, as well as their keeper wearing the purple, probably something in that. As the players are shaking hands with the ref and each other, Alan Massey leading the boys out. We are just moments away from kickoff here, just over 2 minutes to go, and then we'll get right into the action.
That really is quite a striking kit. It's a shame that this week we can't show the game live, because that is quite a beauty to look at. Our own kit itself is quite nice, but I wasn't expecting might be a rise on the need there. Yeah.
No, I think this one, I think it's a special edition anniversary kit or something like that.
Okay.
Hence why there may have been some late notice with team sheets in the ground. So I think there is a meaning behind it. We'll try our best to get those to you. Just moments away. And we are a little short-staffed here at Hampton and Richmond Borough as far as sitting beside me at the press box. So forgive me if I do pull up my laptop. I need to just tweet the graphics. There will be limited updates on X, so we really do appreciate everyone tuning in to the watch-along and or the radio commentary to stay as up-to-date as you can with this match, as the captains meet the referee in the middle and decide who's going to start proceedings.
I will say one thing I am very excited about for this game. Last time here, Long King and Massey's centre-back partnership. I got to witness that. I think that was their first game together, and it got me very excited going forward. Have they conceded much since that kind of partnerships began?
Well, the Hornchurch game was 2, and then obviously our most recent performance against Hemel was a really, really convincing 3-0. First clean sheet in a while, actually, which was nice to see. And I promise you haven't seen him just yet, but watching Luis Fernandez next to those two, it's a formidable trio. Lots of experience with Alan Massey leading from the back, fearlessness. Obviously, how many times have we said his name in a defensive capacity, clearing the ball? But the other two, obviously David Long King has plenty of experience as well, but the other two are super athletic. Luis Fernandez is a front foot defender. He's a tall player at 6'4" as well. So he's bringing some much needed physical presence in both boxes as well. So it should be something to look out for on our own corners as well as in a defensive capacity.
I mean, starting with a clean sheet, starting with a good back defensive unit is always a great place to push on from and start getting some results. Even if it's just a 0-0 result, that's still a point away from the relegation zone. I also encouraged by seeing Gregor Cox giving us maybe that second win we spoke about there, that first 20 minutes, having that dominance but not always being able to convert. I feel like when Reece Gregor Cox comes off the bench, he kind of gives us that second wind in attack and gives us that kind of revitalisation and going forward. So I'm looking forward to his impact and what he'll have to offer today.
100%. I think as the game has now kicked off, Sam Debfield back to Harry Gardner, who immediately looks forward to Vaz, who contests well, maybe too well as far as the referee is concerned, and the first foul of the game goes Chelmsford City's way as the keeper Joe Wright marches over to take this free kick and send it straight back into the Hampton and Richmond Borough half.
I've seen that rise recently, kind of straight from kickoff, launching it towards the opposition's corner. Don't know if I'm a fan of it yet. I haven't seen the rewards pay off yet, but if everyone else seems to be doing it, maybe they know something I don't.
Yeah, football, I mean, it's such a copycat sport as well. I think an early pioneer, even all the way at the top, would be PSG, who did the kicking out for a throw-in, because that's where there's the most turnovers. You know, it's a combination of analytics and eye test, and sometimes when the analytics take you know, the first seat or the initiative or the front seat, excuse me, it can initially look a bit weird, but then you go in and you think about it, it's like, oh, you actually do lose the possession quite a lot off the back of throw-ins. So it's all about percentages at that. And then this is just basically, it reminds me a bit of a rugby up and under, but just give them something to contest away from our own box. As Chelmsford City, Lyle Taylor looks to release someone quickly. Adigan's picked up the loose ball. Massey is on hand to deal with it, but it's not quite away just yet. Number 11 plays it down. Number 2 comes across, and it's well cut out by Massey, who has to concede the first corner of the match for Chelmsford City. Just
under 2 minutes in, and Massey's already been involved, I think, in 5 tackles or 2 clearances there, just showing kind of the importance of having the skipper in that line out there, even with all the new additions.
It looks like it's going to be an outswinger from the right side with the right foot. 2 hands go up. Lots of motion in the box. It's a low one. It's probably one of the worst corners I've ever seen at Beverley, and Vaz runs away with it. Looks to release Boateng, but the pass was a little slow, so instead it goes to his feet. Boateng's got his man one-on-one. Stands him up. Drives. Looks to shoot, potentially no. Goes back inside to Vaz. Then Gardner. He has Silva on the outside. He uses him. Silva plays in a low cross. Kiernan was nearly at the end of it, but I think the keeper, Joe Wright, does well to get 2 hands on it, and the ball is cleared, but only momentarily. Luis Fernandez wins it back high up the pitch. Nana Boateng now has it on the right-hand side. He goes inside to Gardner, who's gone into the box now. Oh, takes on one. Stands it up to the back stick. There's no one there. Very, very positive for the first attacking play of the game, and it still is with the Beavers. Edwino Vaz on the left-hand side. Goes back to Deadfield. He whips it in on his left foot. It's a wonderful ball just over the head of Harry Gardner. Sam Deadfield picks it up, and possession is retained once again. Frimpong has it. He goes wide to Boateng. 2 players of Ghanaian heritage. Boateng unleashes but it probably didn't have the power he desired, and it drags wide. Very, very fast start from the Beavers, as we maybe alluded to pre-match.
I think, yeah, that was a great opportunity there to kind of got a few chances under their belt. I think on that fast break, Boateng could have hit Ronan Silva through the middle. He ran through a bit uncontested. Maybe that could have got us a cleaner look on goal, but overall can't really complain with having created 2 or 3 chances there in those opening minutes.
Yeah, and it felt like obviously there was a lot of space out wide for multiple players there. Vaz picked it up, Boateng got the ball twice, even Harry Gardner penetrated on that wide channel, but there weren't a lot of people in the box. Ronan Silva had gone out wide and he played the ball in to Kiernan. You'd almost like to see the reverse with Kiernan playing the ball to Silva, the larger of the 2 strikers for today. As the goal kick from Joe Wright quickly goes back to him. Brendan Kiernan, after that initial cutback, he is he's walking a bit gingerly, and I think it's just going to take him a couple minutes to get back into the swing of things here. He's holding his hip, which he pulled, as you know, it's a painful one. Yeah, he pulled up short as that ball went through, trying to chase it down. Referee ended up stopping the game anyway. But yeah, hopefully something he can walk off. But yeah, we'll have to see how he maintains throughout the game. Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on, as he's trying his best to jog it off. Kwaku Frimpong heads, but can only find the feet of the Chelmsford City captain, Lapsley. Ball is out wide with Murphy's charged into the box. He goes down, penalty. No chance there, says the referee, as he waves that one off very quickly. You have to say the appeals were half-hearted at best as well. Well, I think it was a half-hearted attempt at a dive there. They went down very soft for my liking, but as Ben Tompkins heads away, and Hampton and Richmond Borough have a throw-in on the left-hand side. Do you mind, Jake, pulling up YouTube on your computer just so we can have a look at the chat as we're going, just in case anyone has anything to say? Because I've got the radio on my phone. That way, all bases are covered. It's another Hampton and Richmond Borough throw-in on the left-hand side. Vaz to take. I think he's just going to look up the line towards Silva, towards Boateng. He does exactly that. Silva contests and wins the ball fairly, but it does go straight out of play for Chelmsford City throw-in. Ronan Silva not too happy with that decision, but he won't mind me saying he's probably never too happy with any referee's decision, as he's quite the combative character when he's on the pitch. Great player, though. So we do actually have a few comments that have come in. We've got some support from, I believe that's Turkey, Lara Beach in Turkey. Some more support from Hampton and Richmond's #1 fan in Australia. Love it. I think we may potentially have a viewer in Paris today, or a couple. Oh, yeah. I've had a few personal messages saying that people were tuning in. Love it, love it. Yeah, everyone get in the chat and the comments. Let us know where you are listening in from, as Lyle Taylor whips one in. David Long King does well to flick it away, and it goes straight to Vaz. Kiernan and Silva in front of him. Goes to Frimpong to his right, who cuts back and passes to Gardner rather tidily. Gardner chips in Kiernan. I think he may have strayed offside, and the flag does go up. Good idea, though. Very positive from Hampton and Richmond Borough. It's nice to see, even though it was offside, it's nice to see us try and break that line, get forward, be positive, be aggressive quickly, rather than play it safe and hold it round the back. Yeah, it's good initiative shown. We have one viewer describing Alan Massey as the GOAT, which well, after his last minute heroics against Hornchurch, it's hard to argue against, is it? He's got another opportunity here, and he wins the ball from that free kick. And then a strike from Jason Adigan is speculative at best. That was the first time we saw the matchup of Massey and Lyle Taylor, as Joe Wright looked for his striker from that free kick. Massey did really well to just hook his leg around the centre forward and get something on it to clear it away. So it will be Aaron Maguire to take this goal kick. Aaron Maguire made some wonderful saves against Hemel to earn his first clean sheet in Beavers colours. But the one thing you could hold against him would be his distribution so far. I think it's been a little erratic. So we'll be interested to see how that progresses today. Hopefully slightly more accurate from goal kicks, but it's getting better game on game. He's a very young player. This is his first loan as well, so it's a bit of a baptism of fire, the National League South. It's, you know, it's not an easy competition. As Chelmsford City have a free kick just before the halfway line. Goes towards the left, runs all the way through to Barbrook, who whips in a ball, and that's easy pickings for Maguire, who comes and claims it with no pressure around him. Decent shape on the ball, but that was never going to harm the Tottenham loanee in net.
We'll say
who sends it, sends it Ronan Silva's way. Good battle there with the number 5, Joe Grimwood, who initially wins it, but the clearance only goes as far as Deadfield. But now possession is back with Chelmsford City. You were saying, Jake, my apologies.
No worries. I was going to say, coming up to the 10-minute mark now, and despite kind of the almost 10 places difference in the league table, can't really see a major gap in qualities between the two sides. We're matching them very evenly. And it's a good sign to see that despite these stronger sides, you're saying they've got 3 games in hand, they could rocket themselves up the table if they manage to win those 3 games. We are competing with these sides, and we're not getting blown out the water. We're very close to kind of being where we want to be as a squad, I think. Yeah.
And especially with a new manager, you know, still relatively new manager into his 3rd full month, the squad is still taking shape. Obviously, you've got a lot of new boys in, and now they're playing together, and finally you see Brendan Kiernan get his first 2 goals since his return. Max Kretschmar, hopefully it'd be nice to see him get back on the pitch as well. Yeah. As it will be a corner for Chelmsford City. Jason Adigan floats one in. Finds the head of Barbrook. He headed it straight into the ground, but it looked that it was going to be going in at that far post until it was cleared. Chance to counter now, perhaps. Edwino Vaz retains possession, goes back to Deadfield, who wins his side a throw-in. And it does look like Brendan Kiernan is not going to be able to continue after that knock he took basically with the first attack of the game in the opening 2 minutes. I believe Craig Fasamade is going to replace him.
It's a shame to see a player go off that early. You never want to see a game marred by injury, and it's a real shame. But Craig Fasamade is a great replacement of his. He is the man coming on. So it's still positive for Hampton and Richmond at this stage. It's not. I don't think it's a game critical issue.
Yeah, like I said, it was nice to see Brendan get his first 2 goals since coming back against Hemel. Just as he was kind of finding a bit of form again. He was out of the game for a little while, hadn't played since the end of last season when he returned in December. So, you know, he was one of those signings. He took a little while to get back up to 100%, but he's such a good player that his 90% was still very, very good. Just needed that little sharpness to come back, and we did see that against Hemel Hempstead. But as you mentioned, Craig Fasamade, a very, very capable deputy. As the floodlights have come on here, I know it's sunny, but it is very much still English winter, and the sun, although it is shining, it is low in the sky. So
I think it's a great thing for Hampton and Richmond. I think we went through a period where off the bench, through an injury crisis and through some other issues, we didn't really have a lot of. We had maybe a good starting 11, but we couldn't match other teams for their bench.
Yeah.
And now looking at this bench and with Fasamade coming on, I think it really highlights this new strength we've got going forward. And I think the new gaffer's had a lot to do with that. And it's a very positive in terms of both for viewers, but also for results, that we can now match oppositions for their bench.
Yeah, 100%. I think we're a much stronger squad now, 1 through 18. And even some of the guys who didn't manage to make it into the squad today, Jordan Greenidge, another striker who gives us a different dimension, Sam Ashford, who's injured right now, Mike Atkinson, who's injured right now, and midfielder Taylor Clark, who is can't play against his parent club as he is on loan from Chelmsford City. So there's plenty of depth throughout the whole squad now, especially compared to the start of the season.
always a good thing. That helps your regular starters also up their game. Now they know there's a bit of competition, can really create that competitive environment that you want within a squad throughout the week.
Yeah, of course. And especially with the fixture congestion that we've had in recent weeks, it won't harm us nearly as much. As Jason Adigan is challenged there very, very well by Sam Deadfield and is dispossessed. Ball back. Well, I was going to say at the feet, but it's maintained in the air. Bit of head tennis going on before Edwino Vaz clears up the pitch, looking for Fasamade, who is second best to that one. And a ball forward from Massey. Finds touch. And it will be Kian Ronan with the throw-in for the Clarets in black and gold today on the right-hand side. He launches it up the line. Vaz cuts it out. And then is challenged. Could have played advantage there, but Vaz is challenged unfairly, and he's won a free kick for his side. Just behind the centre circle in our own half. And it will be Maguire to take as everyone's collapsed on this left-hand side. He looks for Vaz, who challenges in the air well, but it is cleared by Lapsley. Massey sends it back, as we've seen so often this season. Finds Vaz. Vaz goes inside to Frimpong. He's dispossessed, but only momentarily. Gardner picks up the loose ball, plays it out right to Luis Fernandez, who gives it to Boateng on the right-hand side. Boateng stands up his man, needs to do something with it. Passes out wide to Fernandez, provided the width. Harry Gardner's there. He whips in a ball. It's deep, and it was too close to Joe Wright in net, and he claims that one. Hints of trying to go quickly, but thinks better of it and urges his side to get up the pitch. He's clipped that one long. David Long King does well to win it initially, but Adigan picks up the loose ball and is crowded out by two men in red and blue. Vaz has it back, plays it. Well, initially he was looking for Silva, but the ball was cut out by Ronan. A bit sloppy there, he would say, from the Clarets after winning possession back very well. Nana Boateng goes inside to Harry Gardner, who's being pressured in his own half, and he's dispossessed. Jason Adigan has it on his right. It's a great block in there from Luis Fernandez. So played ourselves into a bit of trouble there, Jake.
Yeah, Chelmsford seem to be applying this kind of a bit more of a high press, which I think we're having a bit more success about when we just we bypass the middle third and just get into their third. We can actually create some chances, but by trying to play the ball through the middle, it doesn't seem to be working so far. Maybe we'll change a few things around, but I think we're better probably just going a bit longer and getting into their territory than we are trying to play through it.
Yeah, and I think it's going to take, obviously Gardner is playing next to a new midfield partner in Frimpong. Takes a little bit of time for them to work out who does what exactly and work out their play styles. And got to make sure when you have three centre-backs, one steps in and helps out with possession just in case of numbers as well. So not too dangerous, but as you said, just can't be too complacent in our own third when carrying the ball forward. Goal kick for Chelmsford, as Joe Wright is going to hammer this up the pitch with his left foot. Everyone on this near left-hand side. It is Adigan under it. Luis Fernandez does really well to clear it. Oh, poor clearance from Joe Wright. Kwaku Frimpong picks it up in the middle. Goes back to Boateng, who chips it Fasamade's direction, but he was always second best to that one. Massey sends it back where it came from. Little head tennis between all the centre-backs today. Deadfield tried to get it down and play, but he couldn't. Some big challenges going in there, but Massey's been dispossessed. Number 11 looks to slot in teammate, but he can't. Actually well defended in the end from a combination of David Long King and Luis Fernandez.
You see that, don't you, when the goalkeeper comes out to clear, he's well out of his goal, and it lands with the opposition. Everyone panics, everyone's head's gone, and despite the fact that by the time the chance is 20 seconds, 30 seconds gone, everyone's still panicking from that initial. And it's interesting to see that, maybe a bit more level-headed, and there's a chance for either side there. But
yeah,
you see that at all levels of the game. Yeah,
because realistically, you go, okay, the net's empty basically, and your first thought is shots on goal. But realistically, the chance disappears really quickly if it's not played straight to your feet. As Boateng has it on the right-hand side, looks to stand up his man, full of confidence after his goal midweek. He does manage to go past him, and he's brought down unfairly, per the referee's decision. Barbrook just cut him off. It was a light one, slightly. I mean, it was a foul, but usually you've seen some National League South referees not give those. So tells you how this referee is going to approach the game, potentially. I think maybe he saw what we did, which was a bit of a shirt pull as well. There wasn't an awful lot of contact between the two players, but Boateng definitely had the beating of him. As Sam Deadfield stands over this one, looks to whip in a ball from the right-hand side. All three centre-backs up in the box, as well as Ronan Silva and Craig Fasimade.
Looks like Chelmsford have packed the box themselves.
Yeah, Lyle Taylor's back, only one man up, and even he's coming back in now. Sam Deadfield to deliver. It was a cross-come shot, maybe, really close to the keeper on that in-swinger, and it was probably too close to Joe Wright as he collects easily. And he looks to go forward quickly towards Lyle Taylor. David Long King is there to shield it away, and he was fouled by Lyle Taylor in the act of clearing that one. Again, probably a very, very professional kind of inviting the pressure to go down there. A soft one, but I
want to credit the athleticism and the desire to get back there instantly from being contesting the cross straight back into his own box and preventing a goal at the other end. I know, obviously, as a defender, that's kind of his job, but to burst a gut to get back there is what you need.
Yeah, no, 100%. He's a very athletic centre-back who's brought with him a lot of experience as well as his physical attributes. Sam Deadfield has it in the middle now. Looks to clip one over towards Vaz. Vaz does win the header, but almost too much purchase on it, and it runs out for a goal kick.
To be fair to Vaz, I don't know what else he can really do in that situation. I don't think he's got he's got a man right on him. He can't bring it down. He needs to try and head it back into the box, but there wasn't a lot of bodies. I think he's done as well as he possibly could have in that situation. Yeah,
ideally you want that Deadfield one to just be slightly longer and fall at his feet to maybe whip a ball in, but it was just too close to Vaz's opposite number, and he couldn't really do too much there. Also, just seen a comment about where can I watch the match. Unfortunately, due to the 3 p.m. blackout rule in England, there is no way to watch the match publicly. And this is your best bet, so you are in the right place, at least. We're bringing you all the action as it happens, both on the watch-along and on MixLR via radio. So yeah, no stream, unfortunately, but we will have the highlights up very, very quickly after the match as well, so you can catch all the action from this one, excuse me, right after it happens, as well as it happens here, as the ball is out for Hampton Richmond Borough. Throw in on the far side. David Long King tosses it up the line. Silva attempts to flick it on. Don't know how much purchase he got on it. Lyle Taylor does well to flick in. This could be dangerous, but can't get past Luis Fernandez. Ball is recycled. A shot comes in. Flies over the crossbar, but wasn't a million miles away, Jake.
No, he got close to that one. not what we want to see for ourselves. Obviously, it was a bit of a tough shot. He took the first touch, was back to goal, and had to turn and hit it with a second. If we have to give away chances, maybe that's what we want to give away, but rather nullify the chance altogether.
Yeah, and it was a kind of a chance out of nothing there. I think it was the first glimpse of Lyle Taylor's pedigree, as he did really well to hold the ball up and touch it on from a goal kick right into the path of his teammate. Didn't create a chance for himself, of course, but he's so much more than just a poacher, even at 35 years old. Vaz first to a 50-50 in the middle. Frimpong plays a 1-2 with Vaz. Vaz needs to find a pass. He does initially towards Devfield. As two players crash into each other. The ball runs all the way through to Silva on the left-hand side, who crosses, and it is blocked out for a throw-in. We've seen Silva work all the way from sideline to sideline, really, rather than being a kind of focal point in the middle, like a traditional number 9 between the two posts. Just gives us a different dimension, especially when we have Silva and Fasamade up there together. Yeah, sorry.
Can also make a bit of a headache for the defence if you're trying to track your man and he's constantly floating. If you're playing a man-to-man defence scheme, bit of a headache. It means you maybe have to adapt your game style a little bit for it.
Deadfield has the ball on the left-hand side. Looks for that man, Silva. Can't find him, and it's now at the feet of Adigan, who looks to go quickly towards Lyle Taylor, probably ill-advised there, as he overcooked that one and it runs straight through to Maguire. After a good 10-15, game has slowed now a little bit, a tad, dare I say, into the 25th minute. As Maguire is pressed by Taylor, and unfortunately it forces him in to kicking the ball out of touch. Throw in for Ronan in between the two dugouts. He goes up the line. Vaz wins the header, but it will just be another throw in for Chelmsford City. Murphy was there contesting. It will be Ronan again. As Chelmsford City flood some men into the box, anticipating the long one. He's gone short back towards Ricky Holmes. Ronan, now Barbrook, is on the right-hand side, coming over from the left, inside to Adigan, who goes, it looked to go pretty high there on the challenge, and they have given a free kick. Both players all around the referee. And now there's some afters as well, little pushing and shoving, nothing too major, Jake.
No major reactions in terms of over the top from either side. Must be said, Maguire's eventually gone over to check on his teammate. It did look a bit nasty. I'm surprised how long it took for the ref to blow up on that one. I'll be a little bit shocked if there's no card here. Yeah,
it looked high. Maybe the force will save him from a red, but if we saw from here, it looked like there was a high boot from Adigan, who's now proclaiming his innocence, to the linesman who was nearest to it.
Will say in his defence, it didn't look malicious as such. It looked more desperate.
Yeah.
But still a bad tackle regardless.
It's one of those who's probably disappointed that he lost the ball and wanted to win it back immediately and was just overzealous in the challenge. I mean, he was always second best to that one, and he just caught Deadfield on the shin. It doesn't look like it's going to be any card.
Yeah, I think he's escaped there without a booking, but he might be on a final warning from the referee.
Yeah, Massey's not happy about it. He's still giving some words.
Surprising that the referee's given a few of the softer challenges as fouls. I was surprised not to see a card there, considering some of the other fouls he's given.
Yeah, I agree, but, especially with the couple in our own half.
Yeah.
It's maybe not the most consistent refereeing. Anyways, play restarts with a Maguire free kick, and he, again, hits it straight out of play, unfortunately.
It's well caught by the opposition coaches, though.
Yes. .28 minutes gone. Hampton and Richmond Borough 0. Chelmsford City 0. Louis Fernandez heads away. Kwaku Frimpong looks to flick it on, but it was challenged. And he's got the ball. Well done. He's retained possession. Oh, and another bad challenge there from the captain.
That'll have to be a booking, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the scissor ones as well. So Kwaku Frimpong beat him with a, not crazy bit of skill, but he was well past him. And the captain, Tom Lapsley, has closed both of his legs on him. Again, I'm not sure how much contact he made, but Frimpong is in quite a bit of pain down on the deck. And the medic has been called on to have a look. I mean, this one has to be a card, surely, Jake.
Minimum. This has to be a minimum of a yellow. It looks, to me, this one looks very reactionary. He didn't like the manner in which the ball was won back in.
Yeah.
He looked to take it out on behalf of his teammate.
Exactly.
And that one, I will say there must have been some malicious in him, because I don't know how much he's gone to play the ball there. Like you said, it was a bit of a scissor tackle, which always makes me a bit suspect to whether
and he was
you're trying to play the ball. He was late. He's received a booking there. Is that a second booking as well? I think
that's a second booking for Edwino Vaz, potentially, as well. For, I guess, he must have said something to the referee. Again, curious decision, it must be said, especially after those two challenges, basically in 2 minutes, from the away side, showing their frustration. It looks like Frimpong will carry on, which is good to see. He's had a decent debut so far, some nice little touches. Nothing too stand out to report on, but tidy in midfield. He's combative in there, won the ball back quite fairly. Quite consistently. On that occasion, he won it back fairly.
Well, yeah, I always wonder how much do you really want your midfielder to be stand out? Because if they're stand out, maybe they're looking for the highlights.
Yeah, especially Frimpong, who's playing a little deeper, right?
Yeah, I'd rather just have a solid 7 or 8 at 10 at a game. Play solid and not do anything too miraculous so he gets drawn out of position. I think having just a general solid game is probably the top praise you can give a midfielder, especially the role he's playing in.
Yeah. Massey again having loads of words for the referee there, as within his right as captain. Aaron Maguire again with the free kick, sends it Vaz's direction on the left hand side. He does at least go up for it. I thought he won the flick on, but couldn't get enough purchase on it. And it goes out for a Chelmsford City throw in. Ronan to take again, and he'll send this up the line. It has to be said, it's nice to have David Long-King on Lyle Taylor right there, who spent just over half the season with his former teammate.
That's really well intercepted there.
Really well done from Fernandez, who's started this game brightly. Nana Boateng looked to find Frimpong here on this near-hand side. Haven't seen too much action on this near-hand side.
No, but I like the idea. It didn't quite come off, but trying to exploit that space that was open here.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was, the pass was definitely on. It was just a poor execution on that occasion. Luis Fernandez rises and wins the header from the throw-in initially. Barbrook wins. Frimpong wins. Bit of head tennis in the middle. Gardner gets it down to that man Frimpong. Tight turn in the middle. Goes past one. And then he's tackled. He's tackled by Barbrook. And then it's getting a bit feisty now as Deadfield puts in a challenge on Ricky Holmes.
You can feel that each tackle that goes in, both sides are getting prepared to have a word with the referee about it. You can feel kind of the tension growing as the minutes grown on.
Yeah, and that one, there's no chance in, I probably can't say it on YouTube, but no chance in the downstairs place that was going to be a booking. But especially maybe they've sensed that the referee might get a bit flustered and is partial to being influenced. So like you said, we've seen a lot of players crowd him around as Ricky Holmes goes towards the back post, but it's well done from Long-King, who finds Silva on the near hand side. He wins a foul. Very good centre forward play there, deep in his own half, using every single ounce of his strength there to hold off, I believe it was Ben Tompkins.
We have seen that a couple times from the visitors, where can't win the ball, so they kind of have a tug at the body. I think that's the first time it's been given as a foul, but there's been a couple times now where they've gone for that. Yeah,
they're quite a physical side, or at least they've been playing very, very physical in this opening 33 minutes. Aaron Maguire again with the free kick on the far side, looking towards Vaz. He loses out that time. The flick on finds the feet of Taylor, then Adigan. Harry Gardner, he's fouled. Number 21, Jet Murphy there. And he'll get a booking, less for the contact, more for probably the jeopardy that was being presented by the Chelmsford midfielder as he was running through on goal at some pace.
He was running through on goal, but we did have 3 or 4 men still for him to beat. I think a booking might be slightly harsh there. I can see why it was given, but we did still have numbers back.
Yeah, this referee's been a bit inconsistent so far, and again, it might be one where he goes, maybe should have given a booking earlier, so he gets back. He gets his own back by booking Gardner, but again, it's soft, especially compared to the booking Lapsley got just moments earlier. Anyways, that's in the past now, as it is a free kick in a dangerous position for the visitors. Ricky Holmes to deliver on the right foot towards the back stick. 2 men attack it. Falls in the box. It's not away. Cleared and deflected. Chelmsford City hook it back into the mixer. Header is tame and falls to Maguire, who looks to go quickly to Boateng on this right-hand side. Is there a counter-attack on? He tries to go down the line to Fasamade. Ball was initially cut out but not dealt with. Fasamade finds Boateng on the right-hand side. Can he beat his man? Elects to go inside to Gardner. Pass not the nicest. How's he touch? H goes inside to Deadfield. Finds Long King on the left-hand side, who looks for Silva, and yeah, admittedly, he was well marshalled there by his opposite number, Joe Grimwood, also wearing the 5.
I think the one thing would be nice to see is when we have those opportunities for a fast break, we only really have one person trying to burst into the opposition box or trying to burst through that opposition sideline. I think if we had a few more players trying to make those darting runs through, give ourselves a few more options to hit the ball to, and kind of make the defence can't just lock onto one player. You've got to make them take up multiple players there. We maybe might have a bit more success trying to go through, but that might be a change that the gaffer makes at half-time.
Kwaku Frimpong contested the ball in the air and was fouled on his way down from the goal kick. Another free kick for the Beavers. Sam Deadfield is just over the halfway line, or just behind the halfway line, as Jason Adigan and Deadfield play a game of who can spot the free kick. Deadfield to deliver just over the halfway line. Quite a high line from Chelmsford City, as is common now, just at the edge of the D. All 3 centre-backs have ventured forward. Sam Deadfield goes towards the back, and there's a lot of arm wrestling between Fernandez and number 16, Ben Tompkins, well before the free kick was delivered, and it continued well after as the ball sailed harmlessly over everyone and out for a goal kick. Could get scrappy. It's not there just yet, Jake, but a couple more challenges and you could see this one boil over.
I think
it's a bit edgy,
especially as this remains scoreless, as both teams realistically think they can get something from this. It's going to start, I think it's going to, the longer we go without a goal, the more both teams are going to get intense and get around the referee, trying to get themselves that extra edge.
Harry Gardner wins the loose ball. Sam Deadfield, good challenge there on the left, in the middle. Ball comes out to Nana Boateng on the right-hand side. It needs some options. Goes to Massey, a dangerous one to pass across your goal like that. Massey had to come out, can't deal with it. Adigan has it on the right-hand side. Will he pick out a pass? He's found Taylor in the box, who stands on it, waits for Ricky Holmes to join in. Ronan's there. Can he deliver? He can. It's in the middle. Nana Boateng does well to clear. And Gardner finds Silva very well. I can't believe it hasn't been given there. A free kick hasn't been awarded to Ronan Silva. His shirt was being tore off his back by Joe Grimwood, but the referee says nothing doing. He's not having the best game, the referee.
I don't like to speak too badly of referees. I recognise it's a difficult job, but
yeah, of course,
consistency is needed here. And considering some of the ones he has given earlier in the game were quite soft, and some very shocked that was not given there.
Luis Fernandez looks towards Fasamade. The ball, it's Silva, his strike partner. He's beaten to that one by Grimwood, who can only head it out. Luis Fernandez to take this throw in on the near side. Will look towards Silva, up the line. finds Fasamade, beats everyone. He knocks it in to Silva. Can he get a shot away? Plays it out wide to Kwaku Frimpong. Oh. It goes back to Vaz, but it's just behind him. Has the groans. And then it's cut out. Vaz's pass, a bit too casual to Harry Gardner there, and Chelmsford City are counter-attacking through Adigan. Harry Gardner does really well to make up for his teammate's mistake, wins back possession with a wonderfully timed sliding challenge. And he plays to Vaz. Vaz is fouled. Silva's fouled, and that another one, I would say, studs up there. And Silva's now down on the ground in pain.
It's difficult to see from here. We're on the other side of the pitch to us, but again, that's another one where I think they'll be lucky to escape without a booking on that one. Yeah,
again, like the word you said before, is consistency with this ref, and we haven't really seen it just yet. Do you think there's something in them not playing a match for basically 2 weeks and their timing's slightly off? A touch is slightly heavy, and then they're pulling at the man, or they mistime those challenges just a second too late?
I think there's definitely an element of that, but I also think there's an element of when you haven't played in 2-3 weeks, first game of this month, that match sharpness, that match fitness, isn't quite there, and then to compensate for that, sometimes you need to up the aggression. I think you see that at all levels of the game, where you see maybe someone jump in for a tackle, which they wouldn't normally make if they've been playing regularly.
It's a leveler, isn't it?
But it's you need that. Also, it creates a bit of a stop-start motion to the game, and that kind of allows them to maybe keep their guts in it, keep their lungs in it, but I don't know. It's disappointing to see so far.
Sam Deadfield to deliver. Fernandez to aim at. Massey to aim at. It's quite shallow. Does find the feet of Fernandez. It goes back to Vaz, who finds Gardner, who is dispossessed.
He's done well to stop it going any further, though. He's put it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, he'd be disappointed with giving the ball away initially, but he did do very well to recover and put a challenge in on Tamplin. Tamplin receives the throw-in, goes back to Grimwood, who plays back to his keeper, Wright. Wright sends it up the pitch, looking for Taylor. Nobody's home. Massey heads to Long King, finds the feet of Ricky Holmes. Adigan. Barbrook on the left-hand side now. Goes down the line to Adigan. Adigan's probably been their best player this first half. Very lively. Looks to turn his man, plays it to the edge, finds Holmes. Holmes looking to create something. Back to Adigan on the left-hand side. Can he stand up across? Cuts inside, goes for a shot instead. It was better. It was better than I thought it would be, but it does just sail over Aaron Maguire's crossbar and harmlessly out of play.
Maguire didn't seem too concerned about that shot at any point. He looked to leave it. I think he was pretty confident it was going to go over the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't even remotely make an attempt for that one, so he was confident that was going over, and that is what it did. 42 minutes in here, or 41 minutes into the 42nd minute, as we are still tied at 0-0 here in southwest London. Header through to Lyle Taylor. Very, very important interception there from Louis Fernandez. He finds Long King, who clears it up the pitch through the direction of Fasamade, who trips. Vaz in the middle, does well. He's fouled in the middle. He is fouled in the middle. Referee doesn't think he was fouled, but I can guarantee that he was fouled. Sam Deadfield has it now in the middle of the park. Plays it to Louis Fernandez. Louis Fernandez surveying his options. Goes inside to Massey. Massey across the back to Long King. Long King to Vaz on the left-hand side. Lyle Taylor, neat little touch for Adigan. Gives it back to Lyle Taylor, who finds the back of the net for Chelmsford City. Something out of nothing. They turned defence into attack really quickly. It was a neat 1-2 between Taylor and Adigan, the two danger men for the Clarets. And the former championship striker has broken the deadlock and given the visitors the lead.
Well, I was just about to say, before that went in, I realised the danger was on, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but I feel like that last 10 minutes, we've just lost the composure in that middle third, and we are now turning the ball over quite a lot, trying to sort out our feet. The passes aren't maybe as crisp as they need to be. We're seeing that press get triggered every time someone does receive it on that first touch, and it's maybe it's not worth trying to play through this press anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's also the first time we've seen, I think Alan Massey slid in trying to intercept that pass into the goal scorer, and that's the first time he's basically missed anything this game, and it's resulted in a goal, just showing kind of the importance of the captain there. We've been solid for the most part. That's the first real mistake we've made at the back, and they've really punished us for it. Kick off here. Gardner again puts it far down the pitch. It's headed back. Vaz gets it. Now Craig Fasamade, edge of the box, through. Ronan Silva on the edge of the box there. Heavy touch, and keeper comes away with it. He's going to take his time before starting the game again here.
Apologies, just tweeting out that goal.
Well, it's absolutely thumped down the field by the keeper. Alan Massey first to it, as he normally is. It's a bit of a header tennis here.
Yeah, as we've seen a lot. Lyle Taylor plays it over to number 21, Murphy. He has a strike. Or maybe he was looking for Taylor in the middle. Either way, it's blocked. Goes back to him. He finds Ricky Holmes on the right-hand side. He plays it back to the right back. Ronan, but he's dispossessed by Frimpong. Is there a counter-attack on? The numbers are not in Hampton and Richmond Borough's favour. Frimpong looked over in the direction of Silva, but it's just overcooked and runs through to right. I think Hampton and Richmond Borough will be disappointed to be going in 1-0 down at half-time, Jake.
I think had he Frimpong there had a bit more height on it, a bit less weight on that ball, I think could have been looking at a very good opportunity for Silva, but instead it just trickled through to the goalkeeper. I think, yeah, it'll be disappointing to go through down 1-0. I think defensively we've only really made the one out-and-out mistake, and that's resulted in a goal. It does feel harsh that one mistake.
Yeah, but when you have the quality of Taylor, it only takes one, as we found out the hard way.
But yeah, definitely not out of this game at all.
No. As it finds the feet of Nana Boateng to Fernandez, playing right-sided centre-back in this one. And there will be, can't quite tell, I think the...
is that 5?
The board
Sorry?
from the fourth, from the fourth was malfunctioning, so I couldn't quite say. It said 1 and then 55, so take your pick. I guess we'll see when the referee blows. I mean, there hasn't been too many stoppages. Maybe 30 seconds for the goal. Ronan with the throw-in on the far side for Chelmsford. Vaz heads it away, finds the feet of Adigan, who is dispossessed by Deadfield. Vaz looks up the line towards Fasamade. Can't connect. Fasamade's had a quiet first half since coming on. Hasn't had too much joy, chasing a lot of lost causes, but hasn't really found the ball at his feet all that much.
Do wonder, watching this game, how long it'll be until we see Rhys Gregor-Cox. This does feel like a game that's kind of made for his energy a little bit.
As Ricky Holmes runs through on the left, cuts in on the right, onto his left, and it's blocked. Through to Barbrook. Number 18, Tamplin, plays it back to his centre-back, Tompkins. Tompkins goes wide to Ronan. Ronan clips out the line towards Lyle Taylor. Is he onside? Oh, wonderful touch from the number 33, who wins a throw-in for his side. And it will be Ronan to take. It'll probably be another long one. Adigan stands it up. Unreal touch again from Lyle Taylor, who gives it back to Adigan. Another one too. Adigan had a lot of the goal to aim at, but luckily he kicked it straight to where Aaron Maguire was standing, who gratefully collects. And with that, that is half-time, Jake, where it is Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Chelmsford City 1 going into half-time.
It does feel harsh for us going in at 1-0 down. It's difficult to say Chelmsford have been much better than us. Obviously, they have scored. Again, we've put in a good shift, and I think we're just one or two passes away, one or two touches away from matching them, being 1-1 or... Yeah, feels harsh at this stage of the game to be trailing. I think as long as the boys don't get desperate, don't start chasing, and don't overcommit in certain areas, and then keep their composure, we can definitely work our way back into this. The difficulty is when we've been in a recent good run of form, but the season we've had so far has maybe not been quite what we might have been expecting coming into this year, and so that can have a knock on confidence, which can then lead you to jump into things that ordinarily you wouldn't, and that can make situations worse. So yeah, I think as long as we keep our heads, keep that composure, and recognise there is still another whole half of football to go, I think we've got a real shot of coming away here with something. Yeah,
there's certainly no need to panic. We haven't been played off the park by any means. Plenty of game left to play.
Exactly.
So it's only just half time. So yeah, no reason to panic, both on the pitch and in the stands. So without further ado, Jake, do you have some scores for me?
So I do. I thought I'd start with the FA Cup.
Of course.
As it's a cup weekend. Obviously, West Ham after extra time going through earlier. But at half-time, we have Burnley leading at Mansfield Town. Man City only 1-0 up against Salford. Which I think is a little bit surprising.
Class of 92 will be happy with that, maybe.
Exactly. Well, I think they'll be much happier if it ends the other way around.
Very true.
Big bragging rights, but for a squad of Man City, you've got a Champions League starting squad playing in the FA Cup most likely. Norwich 1-0 up against West Brom, Southampton 1-0 up against Leicester. So far, it's a very profitable half-time break for all the home sides.
Yeah.
Everyone who's at home is leading. And then if we take a look now, our division, National League South.
Yeah.
We got... Dagenham and Redbridge beating Bath 1-0. Dorking losing 2-3 to Farnborough. Ebbsfleet Town beating Totton 3-0. Obviously, we're losing here 1-0. There's a game postponed to Enfield and Dover.
Yeah, Enfield, we're going to try and play them this season, but so far we haven't been able to. Our away tie at Enfield Town has been postponed 3 times. So the pitch is it's having a tough season up there in North London.
Which is annoying because Enfield's one of the closer away games we probably have this season. But hopefully that gets put in the diary soon. Hornchurch beating Tonbridge 2-1. Salisbury and Chesham a goal apiece. Torquay beating Maidenhead 1-0, and Weston-super-Mare and Eastbourne drawing 1-1. The other remaining games, Slough and Horsham, and then Hemel Hempstead and Worthing also goalless, with Chippenham and Maidstone also goalless at the break.
There's some interesting scores, not too much to report there. Nothing. The Dorking-Farnborough result is probably the most important to us. High-flying Dorking Wanderers losing there against Farnborough, who are right down by us, and I think with that result they may have overtaken us in the live league table, but who cares about live league tables? It only matters at the end of the game, and then realistically it doesn't actually matter at the end of the game because it's all about what it says at the end of the season. So plenty of time yet. This is only our 31st game. After this we have 15 more in the league, so plenty of time, no need to panic.
We have also, it is worth noting, I think in our last 5 games, or at least the stats say here, we've scored 7 goals. We're averaging over a goal a game. There's more than a good feeling to believe we have got a goal in us here. We have made chances, we just haven't capitalised on them. It's that fight, that dying touch in the final third that we're just lacking on. And I think once we get our feet sorted, we've got a real opportunity. We haven't really tested out their goalkeeper yet.
Yeah.
And I think once we, get a few shots on target, give him something to work for, we could see this game drastically change. Yeah,
we had some positive play in the defensive and middle thirds, but I think we were lacking that cutting edge in terms of getting shots off. Nana Boateng looked quite lively on the right-hand side. It's a shame to see Brendan Kiernan go off. Silver's worked really hard. Fasamade, after replacing Kiernan, hasn't had too much joy. They all look, I don't think anyone's played badly, but we do need to create some chances, some clear-cut chances, and start testing Joe Wright in net, because he hasn't really been forced to do too much apart from claim a few crosses. Our best chance was that one right in the opening 5 minutes as Ronan Silva flashed the ball across the 6-yard box, which Joe Wright just beat Brendan Kiernan to, saving a certain goal as it was from point-blank range. But apart from that, no big shots on target to report, Jake.
No, well, We mentioned during the first half that it does seem to be kind of the game plan of the opposition to slow the game down through fouls, through stoppages. And I wonder maybe we could be doing a little bit more with our set plays. I wonder if from a dead ball situation we're making the most of it. It does seem to be the goalkeeper collecting a lot of crosses into the box or the cross not quite coming off. I'd like to see, I do think probably the best aspect of Gardner's game is his delivery from a dead ball. So I would like to see him take a couple more this second half, get him on a couple, and see if we can really create something. You know, we've got 3 big athletic centre halves who can win a good header. If we can get a good ball into them and create something out of nothing from a dead ball, I think that might be our best chance to level us up at the moment.
Yeah, the set pieces, the delivery, we've had a few set pieces, but they haven't been exactly the right position. We've had a lot that are quite deep, meaning that Chelmsford City can play that high line, making it really hard for us to actually get in and around the 6-yard box. We had one on this near side where Sam Deadfield delivered, but it was just overhit and went all the way through to right. But I do agree with you, couple set pieces, get Louis Fernandez, get David Longking and Alan Massey interested in a ball like we did to equalise late on against Hornchurch a week ago. We'll be right back in it.
We've just, at the moment, the only place we're not necessarily matching the visitors is just kind of like that composure in the middle third, turning it over a little bit quickly. They're very quick to press us as soon as we try and pass through the system, and they just hit us instantly. They don't hang about. They just hit us with a quick break. But 9 times out of 10, we've done well to limit their attack, stop the ball from ending up in the back of the net, even sometimes preventing the shot, or when there is, shot can only travel a yard before it's blocked. And it's just think that middle third, having a bit more composure, or maybe a couple more bodies in there, a couple more players. I think Vaz has a couple of times found himself in the middle of the park, and if he can maybe invert himself a little bit more, give ourselves that numerical advantage, we can limit that danger and really build ourselves a solid foundation to go on and either equalise or win the game. Yeah,
one thing I definitely I couldn't find a time to mention it during the game, but they've definitely done their homework on Edwino Vaz. The left wing back for Hampden Richmond Borough, very dangerous player, played really well against Hemel Hempstead. Had 1 assist, was unlucky not to have 2. It's just the way the stats grow, but he very much created Brendan Kiernan's second of that one. But he hasn't really had a lot of space to work with. He's been crowded out very, very quickly by Kian Ronan on that right-hand side, who's getting help from Murphy as well. Vaz hasn't had a lot of space to deliver balls into the box or, even get shots at goal himself. So it'd be nice if he can to force it and force some attacking opportunities, but he's basically been marked out of the game.
Yeah, I will say the one point of hope for the Beaver faithful is that after that initial 20 minutes, we do it every game where we have initial 20 minutes of playing fantastically, and then it takes us, we have a bit of a step back, the pressure comes off a bit, and then we grow back into the game. And that final 20 minutes, that 70 to 90 minute mark, we see it quite often where that's realistically the best chances we make all game. It'd be great if we could start play like that throughout the 90 minutes, but it means that whenever there's a game here, even at 2-0, it's not all over. So, the real opportunity for us to come back into this one. If you're the coach now in the dressing room, what are you saying to the boys to get them ready for this second half?
Like we said, don't panic. Stick to your tasks. I'd say raise it 5 or 10% intensity-wise. Yeah. Because we've bettered them on quality, but we haven't matched them on intensity sometimes, and that's why we've seen some of the fouls, and we have the fight in us. Definitely. So I just say, if you match their intensity, the quality will show. Yeah. Earn the right to play. It's a classic trope, and I think we did that a bit. But half-time basically scraps off, and we needed to do it all over again, and earn the right to play in the second half.
I think that's very true. I think I'd probably just add in kind of when we're going forwards, go for that more risky ball, go for that run that might not come off, but give some things a go when you're playing against a side that's 7 or 8, 9 places above you in the table at home. I think that's your best opportunity to kind of dare a bit more, kind of give it a bit of a go.
Look, we're 1-0 down.
We're only 1-0 down. I think we've been a little bit timid going forward. We could throw a few extra bodies into the box getting forward. I think there's been quite a few times when the ball has come out wide and we've looked across it, we've ended up passing it in that horseshoe around again because there's just not the people inside that maybe you'd necessarily want. And I think just not overcommit, but just give it a go, give it a dare. And, you know, we haven't really tested this defence yet.
Yeah.
And give them something to work for. My biggest frustration, I don't mind losing, but when the opposition come away from a game taking all 3 points and we haven't made them earn those 3 points, that's when I get frustrated at any level. And so I just want, at the end of this game, even if it's still 1-0, we force them to come away. They've earned those 3 points rather than we've made a mistake. I think that's the big thing we need to go forward with.
Yeah, and it will, I think we're just moments away. I can suspect the players are coming out soon. I think it's worth noting, obviously, all the substitutes are out warming up as custom with half-time, but it's worth noting that Max Kretschmar is warming up out there with them. Will we see the number 10 return to the pitch in this one? Like we said, we've mentioned the depth already. Fasamade's already made his way onto the pitch. Paul Field, very capable at right wing back. And then we also have Max Kretschmar and Rhys Gregor-Cox as attacking options off the bench. So there's still options for Douse to roll the dice and try something if we are down in the last 15.
We'll have to wait and see what the last 15 looks like. Do you think the gaffer will wait to the last 15 minutes to really roll the dice at this, or do you think at half-time? We have seen it quite often this season. Obviously, a lot of it happening under a previous manager, where it's at half-time we've seen almost an entire change in system after a more lacklustre first half than we've seen today. Today's not been lacklustre by any means. But do you think he'll wait to the 75th minute to make changes, or when can we expect maybe to see that kind of that change inside?
I'd give the current crop 10-15.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a substitution at like 60 minutes. I think 75 is too late to wait. I think at any level it doesn't really give enough time for players to make an impact, but I would not be surprised if Rhys Gregor-Cox or Max Kretschmar came on around the 65th minute in this one, especially if we still find ourselves 1-0 down.
That, but also we've been talking about kind of the luxury of having a depth and bench now. It feels like it's the first time we've really maybe had all those options that we can use and we can deploy. So why don't we can just use them? Let's
exactly.
Not be conservative about it. There's a game of football to be won here. Might as well use the players we've got and go for it.
As the players make their way back onto the pitch, Hampton and Richmond Borough out first. If you had to pick one from Hampton and Richmond Borough in the first half, which player has stood out the most to you?
I'm going to see Massey, just purely on the basis of every single time the opposition looked to pump a ball forward or work their way forward, it felt like he was involved in everything. I know I mentioned that he slid in to try and prevent the ball going into the attacker who did score in the end, but I feel like he's got his head on everything. He's got his foot on everything. Maybe he hasn't controlled the ball that well, but as a disruptive force, I feel like he's been a real thorn in the opposition side. But had it not been for him today, I think Maguire would have had to work for his money a lot more than he has so far. Who would you pick out?
Yeah, I think Massey's had a good first half. It's also been, we're so used to seeing it now throughout the season, so it's easy to pick him. I would pick out his centre-back partner. I think Luis Fernandez has been good. Yeah. You mentioned Alan Massey is a disruptive force. Luis Fernandez also has the athleticism to win lots of headers, but he also has a good range of passing. On this right-hand side, he's linked up well with Nana Boateng, who I'd also like to highlight. He's looked to stand up his man a couple of times. Maybe you can just ask him to go for it a bit more and take him on. That one time he really did see him burst past his opposite number, Barbara. He won a foul. So can we see more out of him, especially in one-on-one situations?
Yeah, well, I think Fernandez and Long King both have been constantly on hand, that when the ball does get disrupted, they're the ones who bring it down, calm it down, play it out from the back, either feed the midfielders or the wing backs. And I think they've been vital to Massey's success so far, because had it not been for them, it could have just been barrage and barrage after attack, and they've managed to, with their ball playing capabilities, mean that when Massey does break something up, we just take the ball back, retain it, and we can go again, rather than a constant onslaught wave coming from the opposition.
Yes, of course. And it will be Chelmsford City to get us back underway. It will be Jason Adigan. I believe this one will go back to the captain Lapsley, who will then play it.
This does look like it's being
the left-hand side.
Looks like it's being set up to be launched forward again.
Yeah, exactly.
Both sides using the same
Lyle
tactic.
Taylor, Tamplin, and the two wide men out there also going to give chase to this one. And the ref is...
Bit of a false start on that one, but we're off now.
And it does exactly that. Lapsley goes left. Louis Fernandez heads it back the way it came. Grimwood does the same thing. Fernandez wins another good header. Very strong there from the number 37. Deadfield picks up in the midfield. Looks to go quickly. Fasamade gives chase and gives pressure towards Holmes, who has to force it out of play. David Long King goes up the line towards Silva as the fans block my vision temporarily, but it will be another throw in Hampton Richmond Borough. David Long King goes up the line. Good battle between Fasamade and Tomkin there, but it's back with the Beavers. Devfield slips it in. He was looking for Silva. Didn't work. Lyle Taylor fouls Long King after a heavy touch. Long King, again, I think he is using all 30 years of his experience today, but also all 16 league appearances with Chelmsford City. He's played the role of diplomat around the ref for both sides, but he's also done really well helping out his centre-backs with Lyle Taylor. Devfield delivers, but the keeper spills it after he collided with his own man. He did collide with his own man, but the referee has stopped play. I doubt it's for a foul because it was his own man, but it will be more for the medical staff.
So I think that's the kind of dead ball we were talking about.
Yeah, it's a much more dangerous delivery, isn't it?
Much more dangerous delivery. Again, the ball's being taken from just inside the opposition's half, but if you can get that ball in right, kind of put it in that no man's land in between the goalkeeper and the centre halves, you have a momentary breakdown in communication that can get us a chance. I think that's where we need to put it. That was a much more dangerous ball, forced the keeper well out of his area, and had he not hurt himself there and just naturally spilt it, we could have potentially had a tap in, and that's much more positive to see going forward.
Yeah, I think he's just feeling that left shoulder. He landed awkwardly on that left shoulder, just testing it out.
Well, he to his credit, he fell from a nasty height after collecting it. I don't think anyone's implying any malicious or foul intent in there, but when you've got a player who's hurt himself, you do need to stop the game.
Yeah, it's a nasty force, but if you get, you make contact when both feet are in the air, you lose all balance and you can't control your landing. So he would have landed pretty hard on his left shoulder. It doesn't look dislocated, but there's a lot of joints in there, like the AC joint. It's basically your collarbone connecting to your arm, and there's lots of tendons in there that are quite sensitive. But he looks like he's going to be able to continue. If I had to give some advice to Fasamade, I would say shoot to the keeper's left. Let's make him use it. But I guess the ref has given... No, it's going to be a drop ball, so he didn't give a free kick for that, nor should he have. But it will be a drop ball to start. Uncontested drop ball, and the keeper should play it back to us. He's trying... well, that's what it looked like. Silva doesn't trust him. Still
testing out his left shoulder there.
Yeah, it's a sore one.
The game started.
And he's shanked it off to the left, and it will be Hampton and Richmond Borough throw. So even if he didn't mean to, he did give it back to us. Louis Fernandez on the right-hand side works it up the right sideline. Cleared by Barbrook towards Taylor, who's made it stick well. Chips it towards Adigan. Oh, Louis Fernandez headed back to Maguire, but it was a little too casual, and it needed a second effort. But it does eventually reach Tottenham loanee's hands. He goes forward. It's cut out. Ricky Holmes, at the second time of asking, has headed that one out of play, and Hampton Richmond Borough will have a throw-in. Nana Boateng goes quickly, looking for Silva. Silva does pick it up, but he's tackled well by Ricky Holmes, who's come back and helped out his left wing back. Jason Adigan now, but the ball's already gone out of play for another Hampton Richmond Borough throw.
We're only 5 minutes in now, and we've been much more intense in going forward. You've kind of pinned the opposition into their own half.
Oh, really what a turn. Oh, almost. Great bit of skill, almost, from Kwaku Frimpong, who looks super tidy. Harry Gardner runs into the referee. And now there's also lots going on all over the place. Lyle Taylor's on the ground, but play had already been stopped.
Referee, that I don't know if he's just unaware of his surroundings, but just gets directly in Harry Gardner's path.
You don't see that very often.
No, and it results in the turnover. The ball did get stopped, and it should be a drop ball to us, but...
Yeah, Lyle Taylor's on the ground. Another Chelmsford City player's on the ground. The captain, Tom Lapsley.
Don't think Long King's too convinced that the injury's serious.
No, both Louis Fernandez and Long King tried to help Taylor to his feet, but he's elected to stay lying down for now.
I think from a side who haven't played all month, this is a tactic that maybe we will see. Slow down the game, frustrate us. Lots of stoppages, give them an opportunity to breathe. Especially now that they're 1-0 up. Yeah.
I mean, they were doing in the first half at 0-0.
This could be a very long second half, and I'll be interested to see how much time is added on at the end of the game from the fourth official.
So yeah, just one player being seen to at a time, as the physio is currently at Lastly. Lyle Taylor still isn't at his feet. Lapsley's up, walking rather gingerly to the side. I think it might be done, actually. I don't think Lyle Taylor, if he does continue off after this, he's made quite a meal of it.
Miraculous recovery.
Miraculous recovery from Lyle Taylor, who jogs around just to prove he can to everyone in the ground. I guess just having a bit of fun there. To be fair, he wasn't wasting time because his teammate was also down. So just having a bit of fun, I guess.
I think he had a bit of a grin on his face when he miraculously got up and jogged back.
And now he's sprinting after Alan Massey, pressing from the front. A one-man press easily bypassed by 4 Hampton Richmond Borough players. Massey takes it forward. Didn't see too much of that from the centre-backs, carrying possession at their feet. Might be good to overload, force space to open up in the midfield.
Gardner's dropped a little bit into that kind of, when we were on the ball and we got it at the back, he's dropped to kind of provide an extra option. It's not been found too often yet.
He's tackled there, but ball finds the feet. Fasamade gives the ball away rather cheaply, looking for Frimpong in the middle. Back at the feet, Chelmsford City, who go back to the keeper, Joe Wright. He launches it in Taylor's direction. It's headed by Fernandez to Gardner. But Gardner gives it away to Holmes, who's well marshalled by Massey. He plays it out right to Ronan, who delivers a ball, but it's too shallow to trouble anyone. Ronan Silva, really good piece of hold-up play. Frimpong, outside of a boot, knocks it onto Fasamade, who's tackled well, but now it's at the feet of Vaz. Can Vaz play anyone in? He's just slowed it down a tad. Silva has it on the left-hand side, one-on-one with Ronan. Can he stand him up? Can he beat his man? Step over left, step over right, goes to the edge. Harry Gardner's there! The side-footed effort is powerful, but what it had in power, it lacked in accuracy, and it harmlessly sails wide of Chelmsford City's net.
Vaz has done that a couple of times now, where it's come out to him on the wide, and there's been a few runners through, and he's just taken that extra 2-3 touches before letting the ball. I do wonder if he played it a bit quicker, if we get a few more chances out of this, a few more opportunities one-on-one with the keeper. He's had a great game so far, I'm nitpicking here.
Yeah, I mean, he He's a very good player. He's set the bar really, really high because of his first 6 appearances. And we just expect so much of him. Lyle Taylor flicks the ball on. Vaz and Long King get their wires crossed a bit, but Long King comes across.
It's done very well there.
Yeah, to win the ball with an excellent sliding challenge. Ronan finds Adigan with the throw-in, and his cross is deflected and behind for a corner.
Vaz not happy at the speed the corner's being taken there, running the ball over to the corner for the opposition.
Yeah, he runs it over, and then Ricky Holmes walks over to take it. Will be an in-swinger, I believe. Can't quite see. It's the one corner of the Bev that is shrouded from our view. Lots of physicality in the middle. It's a low one. It's a good delivery. It strikes Barbrook, who goes back out to Holmes. Can he deliver? Cuts inside. Cuts outside. Makes Long King hit the deck. Stands it up to the back stick. Massey's cleared. Not away. And in the middle of the melee, Murphy was on hand to turn the ball in and double the visitors' lead. Massey got his head to the stood-up cross, but he couldn't head it away. Instead, it went straight up. It fell to Murphy, who couldn't miss from there, Jake.
No, he could not miss from there. I think there was a save from Maguire in that mix, but it'd be harsh to say he should have caught it in that save. It was a reactionary moment, but I don't think anyone in that situation for Hampton Richmond, other than maybe Massey, is really taking it upon themselves to go out and get that. I do wonder if the keeper can do a bit better, come out, maybe claim that cross. Maybe it was that catching distance. It could be harsh to say that. It could be very harsh to say that, but I just feel like that was a moment there where
there are a lot of bodies in the box.
A lot of bodies in the box, but someone needs to stand up and be counted for. I feel like maybe in that moment players have shied away a tad. Could be harsh to say, but I don't know. It's a bit of a cliche to say, but it just feels like Chelmsford wanted that header more.
And just like that, it's been a good start to the second half. We find ourselves 2-0 down.
Well, like we were saying at the break, 2-0 down with how we play in the 70th to 90th minute doesn't mean we're out of this game by any means. We can still fight our way through, and we have been somewhat equals to the visitors. I think by no means is this over. Ooh. Great
as
reaction from you there.
Make a great reaction save and pass it straight to Vaz. Forgive me, as you were talking, I fully zoned out as well.
No
but luckily, I'm a left back by trade, but I've been known to do a job in between the sticks here and there.
Well, you zoned back in for the important moment. That's,
of course.
That's what matters.
Of course. Don't know if that will be on camera, but if it is, it'll be fun to watch back. Anyways, back to the action on the pitch, and Nana Boateng was fouled as a sliding challenge was ill-timed. But again, it's a delivery that it's not in the most dangerous of positions. It's another opportunity to get that ball into the box.
Well, with the amount of opportunities we've had from open play, I think we have to take these kind of chances. You know, they're few and far between, so we need to make the most of them.
Yeah, I mean, their one, obviously, Holmes did well to beat Long King and stand one up to the back post, but it wasn't exactly the most dangerous of crosses. They just had bodies in the box, in and around the keeper, making life difficult. We need to do the same, as it's going to be Harry Gardner to deliver on the right foot. 2-0 down. Alan Massey at the back post. It's a better ball, flicked on by Ronan. Does find Massey, who goes to Deadfield. Oh, it looks to have clipped Tamlin's hand there. It was outside the box. Ronan Silva has it. Fernandez has it. Harry Gardner on the right-hand side. He goes inside to Long King. Unfamiliar territory for the centre-back. The deflected cross is turned out for a corner. Better from the Beavers, just like that. A bit of chaos created on that second.
I think that second goal's forced us to come out of our shell a little bit.
Yeah, we have to
be a bit more aggressive on the front foot.
Sam Deadfield to deliver. A crowded penalty area. Lots of red shirts to aim at. Lyle Taylor and Massey trying to exchange shirts prematurely. It's gone all the way through. Is that in? No, it's not. It was Luis Fernandez. It was Luis Fernandez at the near post. He had a free header, but he just didn't get enough purchase on it, Jake.
I'm not quite sure how that hasn't gone in. Goalkeeper's gone down now as well. There's
Goalkeeper's holding his shoulder again. Lyle Taylor is on the ground again, so we're not going to pay attention to that one.
I really can't explain how that has not hit the back of the net. I thought that was...
No, I thought that was in. I was waiting for the net to ripple, and then it did fall. And it didn't cross the line. At least the referee didn't think so, nor the linesman. Kwaku Frimpong, after play was already blown dead. He kicked the back of someone's heel, and he's feeling that a bit.
It is a shame that we can't play like we're 2-0 down from the first minute. It does. As soon as we have gone down by 2, we've been so aggressive going forward, and that's probably our best, well, not probably, that has been our best chance to score in this hour.
I would arguably say, you know, again, holding him to high standard, but Luis Fernandez is a really good player, and he's a really good threat from set pieces. I think he should have scored, to be honest. He was free at the near post. Maybe he just went a fraction too early. He didn't make the right connection.
I'm gonna have to.
He looks. If you look at him now, he had his head in his hands. He knows how big a chance that was.
I'm gonna have to watch the replay of that one because I have no idea how it has not hit the back of the net.
I think it was just. It was probably surprised that it came to him that quickly as well. It was a flat ball, relatively. It didn't have too much loop on it, but he met it well.
I do think if we make another chance like that, it will be.
It has to go in as well.
I think we might be seeing a change. Are we seeing a change in keeper here?
Yeah, I think the keeper has made a sling out of his shirt.
Yeah.
It looks like Joe Wright will be replaced by the substitute Eastwood, who's now running back to the dugout to get stripped and ready for this one. Lyle Taylor also coming off the pitch.
Maybe he's actually hurt.
Maybe this one is genuine. I do apologise, Mr. Taylor. And you know what? He is 35, but his quality, he moves well. His quality's been on full display today. That 1-2 to create and then finish the goal was well worked, and he's had some really, really good touches as a hold-up striker. But he's also super mobile, pressing from the front, linking play, lots of really tidy flick-ons.
Do remember, I think it was a few years ago, Jose Mourinho used to instruct if one of his players went down, a second would have to go down, because the rules at the time would dictate if one player goes down, they must stay off the pitch for the restart. But if 2 go down, all 11 can stay back on the pitch. Was curious to maybe that's what his tactic was, but no, this time he does actually look like he might be hurt.
Yeah, I didn't know that rule as well. That's interesting.
I do think they might have removed it since, but he gamed the system, getting his guys to go down.
Be an interesting investigation, maybe one for the post-match. Lyle Taylor, has to be said, he is
he's having a bit of back and forth with the fans. Yeah,
he loves it though. He's so I'm entranced by Lyle Taylor talking to one of our home fans who's saying he shouldn't come onto the pitch again because he's just going to go down. But
he seems to be taking it in relatively good spirit.
Yeah.
He's giving it as good as he gets.
Yeah, he's giving it as good as he gets. I think, 35-year-old playing in the National League South after having a career like he did, he's obviously doing it for the love of the game. Being called a pint of Guinness due to his bleached blonde hair and the black kit. But he's back on the pitch, pressing Long King. Have to tell the fans, although it is all well and good, we are still down 2-0 and he scored the opener, so it's tough. But you know what? It's good crack from an opposition member Great touch from Alan Massey there.
Well, like you mentioned with his career there, I'm sure it's nothing he hasn't heard before.
Of course not. He's probably heard far worse.
Yeah.
Former Montserrat international as well.
Oh, wow.
Harry Gardner plays it to Fasamade. Little more intention now in the Beavers play. Long King picks up a Chelmsford City clearance to recycle. But just like that, we're in the 65th minute, Jake. Will we see those changes soon? As I say that, Max Kretschmar is getting stripped and ready. Of course, the co-assistant manager, but also a playing role.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Fasamade delivers into the box. It's headed away. Not the best cross in the world.
I think this is now the time to really roll the dice and really just throw something at it. Try something new. Try something we haven't done before. Really give it a go.
Yeah, and Kretschmar is one of those players who can create a bit of magic. As Vaz runs through, this is what we wanted to see in the first half. Gives it to Kwaku Frimpong, who releases a strike. It's deflected, and it's gone in! Kwaku Frimpong on his debut. It was a heavily deflected strike, but he'll have no complaints as he pulls one back for Hampton and Richmond Borough. If you don't buy a ticket, Jake,
you can't win the raffle. Like we were saying at half-time, we just haven't really tested out this keeper at all. And obviously now that there's a substitute keeper in the net, it's the real chance to really just throw anything at him, see what he's going to save. I think that must be the first shot this new keeper's faced.
It is the first shot, and I have to say, not too much he could have done about that. It was a wicked deflection that kind of looped over his left-hand side. There was no chance he was getting anywhere near that. But it was the first we saw some nice impetus from Edwino Vaz. Driving forward, it created the space for Frimpong to cut in on his right and unleash a strike. A dipped header looking to block it. Instead, it sends it over his keeper and into the back of the net. Hampton and Richmond Borough 1, Chelmsford City 2.
And if you're the substitute keeper, having conceded that now, your first shot faced of the day, confidence is going to be a little bit rattled. Let's see what other mistakes he's going to make now and really force him to work for his money.
And it is a double whammy for Hampton and Richmond Borough as both Max Kretschmar and Rhys Gregor-Cox have been introduced, which we did predict would happen in around the 65th minute. So can't say we're not going for it, but have to be careful here as Adigan ventures into the box, sends an outside of the boot cross, and it's cleared very, very close to the keeper. Maguire makes a good foot save. Vaz carries it forward. Can he find a pass? Looks for Rhys Gregor-Cox, but it's cut out. Lyle Taylor is under it. Vaz, is Lyle Taylor offside there? Goes back inside to Murphy, who gets a shot away. It was always rising from close range. And it just goes over the crossbar, but warning signs, there's plenty of game left. Hampton and Richmond Borough just need to calm it down now and make sure Chelmsford City don't provide an instant response.
Yeah, a little bit concerning there. There's two real good chances for the opposition to redouble their leads. Thankfully, we've come away with both. They haven't really managed to work our keeper too much. There was a bit of a muddle in the 6-yard box there. Now Alan Massey heads it back into their half. Lyons gives the offside in their half. It'll be a free kick to Chelmsford. Nothing really on just inside their own half. Referee looking to get the game started again. It's pumped forward again into that far corner. Headed back by Hampton and Richmond. We retain the ball. Deadfield pumping it forward. Craig Fasamale can chase down the centre-back, who just thumps it out of play. It bounces off one of the floodlights. There'll be a throw-in. Who's down here for Hampton and Richmond? I think it might be Deadfield, sorry. Seems okay. He's going to try and play on, walk it off a little bit. No, it's Fernandez, sorry. It's going to be a long throw here, just inside our half. And it's launched forward. Opposition win the header, but it's put back forward. Now Frimpong wings it in the middle.
Boateng wins another throw-in Fernandez looks to go quickly up the line at the feet of Frimpong, whose debut has quietly turned into quite a good one.
Ball turned over there, it'll be a throw in. Brarbrook taking it for the opposition. Got the opposition chance here to relieve some pressure on themselves. Not the best throw in ever. Fernandez knocks it back their way. Now Craig Fasamana can get a foot on it. He tossles the centre-back, but the centre-back ultimately comes off better with it. It's pumped forward towards Taylor, but Fernandez gets the header on it. Chelmsford now coming down the left-hand side, just inside our half. Approaching the box on the left-hand side.
Adigan. It's a dangerous one. Taylor just gets there in front. Back at the feet of Adigan. Looks to cut it back. He lifts it rather inventively. It falls to Murphy. Good block from David Long-King. Vaz goes to Kretschmar. His first meaningful touches. He plays to Fasamade. Kretschmar goes back to Vaz. Vaz is fouled. Vaz is fouled. Vaz is fouled, referee. Referee gives handball instead because that's his decision, I guess.
Well,
apologies, full disclosure, while I'm on my laptop, I'm just updating users on X with the substitutions and goals.
Well, the opposition skipper, Lapsley, took some exception to his side being awarded the free kick there with the referee. Haven't seen that one before.
Ricky Holmes, it's a deep one on his right foot to deliver. Shallow again. Initially won by Bar. Brooks has a shot palmed away by Maguire. It's gone back out and he catches the second effort. That was good play from the Tottenham loanee, who looks to kickstart the counter-attack, rolling it out to Nana Boateng, but a good recovery challenge from Adigan stops Boateng in his tracks. It will be a Fernandez throw-in down the line.
Some confident goalkeeping there. I think catching it there will help with his confidence a little bit. It looks a little bit
as we're
shaky,
here,
but now Vaz is
Vaz through. Good defence from Ronan just to catch him up.
Vaz just couldn't sort out his feet just in time.
It was half a chance.
He was through. But yeah, the ball bobbled through to him and he just couldn't quite get his touch right. Allowed the defender back in.
The keeper, Eastwood, lumps up. Long-King heads to Fernandez, who just hooks it skywards. Deadfield does well to win the flick on. Ronan sends it forward.
We've just entered that dangerous last 20 minutes for Hampton and Richmond, where we normally
great turn from Frimpong in the middle. He releases Kretschmar. Kretschmar looks for Rhys Grego-Cox. He's been forced out wide. Plays it back to Boateng. Boateng chips it down the line to Frimpong. Can he find anyone? He looked to cut it back to Boateng. He's won the ball back so well there in the final third. Boateng looks to play in a cross, but is well challenged by Ricky Holmes. Frimpong, really liked what I've seen of him in the opening 73 minutes. Really.
Well, we've got... Is that a throw-in or a corner we've got ourselves to work with?
I believe it may have gone out. I initially thought it was a throw-in, and it is a throw-in. And it will be... Well, it'll be Rhys Grego-Cox take the throw-in.
West London is becoming synonymous with long throws. Let's see if we can
exactly
replicate that now.
Rhys Grego-Cox. It's a good one. Finds the head of the Chelmsford number 5. Deadfield keeps it alive. Flicked on by Massey. Cleared. Vaz collects. I think he's going to go back to the keeper. He does. Maguire needs to get this ball back up. Chelmsford City quite slow, but now their line is reached. Maguire goes down the right-hand side towards Fasamade, who challenges, loses out. Adigan flicks it on. No one's home. Fernandez. Back to Fernandez after a brief 1-2 with Boateng. He chips it up to Fasamade. Kretschmar picks it up in the middle. He's dispossessed by Adigan, but wins it back on the second time of asking. Really good endeavour there from the number 10. Nana Boateng. He's just ran out of room after beating one on the right-hand side. But he's just dribbled it out of play. Unfortunately, couldn't keep that one in.
It's unlucky for him. He did very well to kind of get into that position in the first place. Just unfortunate where he was in relation to the touchline. But no, it's positive that we are still contesting for this. Like I said, still over 15 minutes left in this, plus the added time that's bound to come in from the injuries and the goals we've seen.
There's plenty of time for both sides to add to their tally.
We've been in more desperate situations in the past, and we've come out.
Exactly. We only need to cast our minds back, but just 7 days to when we were 2-0 down in the first minute of added time and ended up snatching a point at the end of that Hornchurch match. Road to recovery started by debutant Kwaku Frimpong as his strike was deflected in over the substitute keeper Eastwood. Hampton Richmond Borough 2, Chelmsford City. Sorry, Hampton Richmond Borough 1. That's wishful thinking. Just manifesting it, Jake.
Yep.
And then, so it's Hampton Richmond Borough 1, Chelmsford City 2, as we're in the 75th minute. And it will be a change for the visitors as Ricky Holmes is coming off for the number 10, Luton Town loanee Odiga. I believe his first name is Junior. Or Jamie, excuse me.
Hampton Richmond faithful don't seem too impressed by the substitution.
And there will be another substitution for Chelmsford City. The captain, Lapsley, is taking his time getting off, giving the captain's armband to Lyle Taylor. And he'll be replaced by Charlie Adams. Another, you would hope to see a decent amount of added time.
About 50 minutes left of normal time.
Yeah, Max Kretschmar wins the flick on from the header. Kwaku Frimpong recycles possession. Louis Fernandez goes to Maguire, who passes it out wide to Vaz. He's got Ronan Silva on his back. Long King goes back to the keeper.
It's come out just by us here.
Yeah.
For a throw-in.
Oh, a wayward pass from Aaron Maguire, but he didn't have too many options on that one. On his weaker left foot. Ronan throws it down the line. Murphy flicks it on to no one. It will go out for a goal kick. Alan Massey hurries things along, giving it to Maguire. Maguire going to take from the right-hand side. We'll look in the direction of Fasimade, in the direction of Gregor Cox, Frimpong, Kretschmar. It's a condensed pitch now. Grimwood does well to win that header. Oh, Massey excellently done there. He is forced out of it, though, by Adigan. Charlie Adams' first touch of the ball. Plays it to Ronan on the right-hand side, who looks to deliver. It's a good ball. Murphy chests it down to Taylor, who looked to play a neat 1-2 with him. We can only force it behind for a corner.
Well, we've got men behind the ball for the corner. Only Craig Fasimano left up in case of that counter-attack. But Reece Gregor Cox, he's not a slow man, is he? We can get the numbers forward if there's the opportunity to counter-attack.
Kretschmar doing the job of protecting his keeper as he makes sure Odiga is around him. The ball's delivered. I think it was Tom Gins who rose highest but couldn't direct it goalwards. Fasimade does well to win the ball. A halfway line. Nana Boateng's fouled. Referee play advantage! The referee should have played advantage there, in my opinion. But
are you sure in that conviction?
I don't know who said that, but someone said it, and I have to agree. But anyways, we do win a free kick as Nana Boateng was fouled, clearing the ball. Aaron Maguire Looks for Gregor Cox. He's not the tallest, but he does really well to win some flick-ons.
There we go.
And Sam Devfield wins a free kick for a high boot.
Now this is a real opportunity to put a dangerous ball into the box here. Let's not waste it. Get some big men forward and really threaten this goalkeeper. This is I would deem quite a dangerous place to put a cross in from.
Nana Boateng also over it. In-swinger, out-swinger. It will be Nana Boateng on the right foot. He delivers. It's a good ball. Massey rises highest to meet it. It's not away. It falls. Cleared away for the moment by Chelmsford City. Edwino Vaz collects the ball on the halfway line. Needs to get it back up the pitch. Goes to fellow Sutton loanee, Nana Boateng. Finds Steadfield on the right-hand side. Back to Boateng. Beats one, beats two. Excellently done by Nana Boateng. Stays on his feet, rides the challenge again. Have to say it was pretty well recovered from Tamplin, but Nana Boateng wins the ball right back with a well-timed slide tackle and gets the ball into the box. Fernandez is there to meet it. Fasamade! What a save! Or was it deflected? Either way, it's gone out for a corner. Chelmsford City so close to conceding there. Ball goes short to Frimpong. Danger's not away. He delivers. Good shape on it. The substitute keeper does well to claim. Biggest chance so far for Hampton and Richmond Borough to get back into it. Really, really good play from Nana Boateng on the right-hand side. Fasamade oh so close to drawing the Beavers level.
Well, Boateng has done fantastic there. He's almost taken it on single-handedly to try and level this game for us. And then Craig Fasamade just so unlucky. The shot just trickled across the edge of the box going out the far post. Anyone lurking there had a tap in to make it 2-2. Just, yeah, really unfortunate that that's not 2-2 now.
Charlie Adams as well to win it back. Murphy, but Kweku Frimpong very strong in the challenge there. He's lost possession though. So I'm just dodging the Ballard. Adigan challenged by Vaz in the box and Massey clears. Fasamade there. Wins a header. Kretschmar brings it down excellently. Can he release? Can he release Fasamade? A heavy touch means he's conceded the throw, unfortunately.
He knows how big a chance that was. Look at his reaction there. He knows that he'd taken a slightly softer touch. He could have played in Craig Fasamade, who had the pace on his two centre-backs, but no, it's going to be a throw-in instead.
He throws it up the line. Murphy wins the flick on. Massey, Deadfield, plays it straight to Frimpong, who would have been mistaken for a Chelmsford City player blocking that one, but it worked well. Fernandez saw Vaz making the run on the switch. He challenges Ronan, ball just held up as Murphy launches that one out of play. Vaz can restart it quickly, which he does. Goes towards Fasamade, holding off his man, and the man has fouled him. I think it was Ben Tompkins, the big centre-back, who's been very grabby all game. Wants a handful of these Hampton and Richmond Borough players' shirts, no doubt.
Free kick just on the edge of the box with 8 minutes left of regulation.
First time we're going to see Max Kretschmar deliver. Set-piece specialist. Scored a lot of free kicks and penalties in his first stint here. Probably too narrow of an angle to shoot.
This really is a dangerous position to cross.
Is it one? Can you just flash across to face a goal? Challenge the substitute keeper. What will we see from the number 10 in red and blue? Kretschmar to deliver. It's in the air to the back stick. Long King is up there. It's cleared away. Vaz collects. Floats it back in towards Massey. Fernandez flicks it on to Rhys Gregor Cox, who's facing the wrong way. Looked to lay someone off for a shot. Ball's out for a throw-in, which will be the long throw of Rhys Gregor Cox. 83rd minute of play here. Hampton and Richmond Borough still searching for that equaliser. Rhys Gregor Cox to take the long throw. Last one caused problems. It's into the box. It's flat. Initially cleared. Kweku Frimpong wins the second header. Max Kretschmar the third. Massey had a strike, trying to repeat his heroics of last game. Opportunity to counter-attack, but it's fairly won and snuffed out by Nana Boateng. Rhys Gregor Cox to deliver across. Hits the first man, Lyle Taylor, and now Odegaard could be away on the counter-attack. Men in black and gold. And he's done well. A cheap free kick to give away there. Frustrated challenge from Edwino Vaz, who fouls Odegaard on the halfway line.
I think we read this script. It's going to take Chelmsford at least 60 to 90 seconds now to get this ball back in play. They're going to look to really slow things down. They've been on the back foot for the last 10 minutes. They're not want to get this game underway any quicker than they have to. Referee now backing the ball into play.
It's a short free kick, goes to Barbrook. He goes back to Adams. Adams fizzes one into the feet of Taylor, who backheels it nicely to Barbrook. His cross is blocked to Boateng. Boateng does well to win the ball towards Gregor Cox, who flicks it infield. Tamkin goes in hard, backheels well to Adigan. Adigan gets taken out by Boateng, and I think Boateng's luck may have run out. He's made a couple big challenges, and I think he may be going into the book here for his latest. And it will be a Chelmsford City free kick in a dangerous position, Jake.
Dangerous position for them, but also does add in the jeopardy that if we can get a counter-attack off from this, staying hopeful. They've only got 2 men back, we've only got 1 forward, but yeah, we could potentially use this to our advantage here.
Three men around it, Adams, Taylor and Adigan.
It's taking them quite some time to get this into play.
Yeah. Also
I think a substitution incoming.
Yeah, initially for Chelmsford it looks that Archie Tamplin is going to come off. He's gave a good account of himself in the middle of the park. Mixture of industrious and finesse. And he's replaced by Stepien Iwumene. Adams to deliver. It's a dangerous one. Maguire comes out and collects, can't get there. Deadfield is pulled back by Taylor. It's a foul, luckily.
Don't know if the referee saw the head collision there. Probably should have stopped the play a bit early. But
yeah, I think Max Kretschmar just popped up really quickly, knowing his side couldn't afford to be without down a man, but it did look to be a sore one for the number 10. Lyle Taylor could be in here, tries a speculative one, gets it all wrong, and it goes out for...
I think that might be a throw-in.
And it is a throw-in, deep in our own half, so I know you didn't see it, but you can guess as to how bad that attempt was. Only a handful of players in the league would try that. Of course, Rhys Gregor-Cox scored a chance not too dissimilar to that against Dorking earlier in the season. David Long-King throws up the line. Rhys Gregor-Cox, really good flick on. Can't find anyone though. Vaz sends it back up the pitch. Ronan heads it towards Long-King. His clearance is straight into the air. Rhys Gregor-Cox wins the flick on again. Really well done. For a man of his stature, he wins so many flick-ons against centre-backs much larger than him.
He gets some impressive height in the air there. Should probably speak to his PT about my gym workouts.
80 into the 88th minute now. Still searching for that equaliser. Vaz has it deep in his own half, clears it up the pitch. It's a good clearance. Rhys Gregor-Cox challenging the centre-back, but he wins that one. Charlie Adams loses out. Kweku Frimpong, really tidy touches there. Look to release Fasamade, but unfortunately he just tripped, and it looks that he might have a bit of cramp as he went to kick that. Vaz challenges Murphy. No foul there. Lyle Taylor looked for the foul. Vaz has it on the right-hand side. Kweku Frimpong's going to need to be replaced here. He's still down with cramp. Vaz, great ball. Oh, important cut out. Nana Boateng whips one in. It's deflected into the hands of the keeper.
Hopefully that's nothing too serious for Frimpong.
No, he's just got cramp in his right calf. He's just got cramp in his right calf, but the substitutions, I believe, were being planned anyway, as Paul Field and Hayden Vaughan look to come onto the pitch. will be Paul Field to replace Nana Boateng at right wing back. Good to have some energy in the wings for the final few minutes of normal time and added time here. And Hayden Vaughan, I believe, he must be replacing Kwaku Frimpong unless his cramp can be sorted out.
I think we've got about a minute left of regulation time now.
Yeah, Frimpong will be the one to be replaced, I believe, by Hayden Vaughan. Very, very good debut for our new number 26, joined on a month-long loan from Worthing. Got his goal, albeit via very heavy deflection, but he won't mind one bit. Had some really, really tidy touches in the middle of the park, as well as used his physicality well on the defensive side of things. Replaced by Hayden Vaughan, probably a more attacking-minded player. Final minute of normal time here, but I expect there will be quite a few additional minutes at the end of this one. Will it be the late show again for Hampton and Richmond Borough?
Should find out any moment now how much added time we have.
Vaz wins the header. Adigan wins the second one. Murphy gets it over. Crucial interception from Massey, who clears not once but twice. Vaz swings and misses, and it does go out for a Chelmsford throw-in on this right-hand side.
Ball's coming up.
Needs to be a big number. Does that say 9? I believe it's 9 additional minutes. Plenty of stoppages, plenty of injuries, and of course 2 goals. 9 additional minutes.
Starting to get a little bit stop and start again. Hopefully we can get the ball a bit more in play when we get back in that rhythm, back in that groove. We are looking really dangerous. It's just when the ball constantly going out for fouls and throw-ins, it's really limiting our danger.
Alan Massey heads clear.
Lost out again here. Opposition coming through just inside the box.
Barber releases a shot. It's blocked. Will be out for a throw-in for Chelmsford.
It's a great recovery there from Fernandez to get back on side, get back in between his man and the goal, block it, force it out for another throw-in. But again, it's another delay in play.
Odegaard receives a throw and goes back to Barbrook, who's tackled. Edwino Vaz can march forward. Opportunity to counter-attack. Fasamade on the right-hand side. It's just behind him. He can't get there. Odegaard will marshal it out. It's not a foul, referee.
Well, he had 2 choices there. He had Craig Fasamade on the right and Reece Gregor Cox on the left. He went for Craig Fasamade. He was just behind the attacker.
Yeah, and there will be a free kick for Chelmsford. Deep in their own half. That's already, we're into the 3rd minute of additional time.
Still just need the 1 goal for points.
Could you not see it? Why not? What? But I think it's 9. Must be 9. I think yeah, must be.
They're coming.
Would have been over.
Chelmsford now entering the box. Good tackle, and it's in the goalkeeper's hands. We can release it here. Again, the game's slowed down. Maguire
got to release that ball. He hammers it up the pitch towards Fasamade. A headed clearance goes out of play to Paul Field. Back to Kretschmar. Paul Field looked at player 1-2. Paul Field throws it down the line. Headed. Finds Kretschmar. What can he do? On the right-hand side. Delivers on his left foot. It's a dangerous ball to Vaz! Oh! His header strikes the left post. He made an excellent connection with a really, really dangerous Max Kretschmar cross. Inches away from providing the equaliser for Hampton and Richmond Borough. Danger not away
So unlucky not to score there. He's literally just struck where the post meets the ground.
Throw into Long King. He whips it in on his left foot. Ball is cleared away. Paul Field can recover. Can he shield it out? Goes to Luis Fernandez. Can he deliver? Goes to the edge. Back to Deadfield now. Deadfield plays it across to Long King. Intercepted by Murphy. Murphy running this to the corner.
Yeah, it's got Taylor in the box.
He has 26. Stepien, Uwumene there, finds him, goes back to Adams, goes back to Ronan now on the right-hand side. Oh, that was agonisingly close for Hampton Richmond Borough. Lyle Taylor has the ball in the box. He's taking it to the corner.
He's very aware of game management.
It's a little early. He's got Long King and Deadfield there, still in the corner. Massive fight between all of them. Edwino Vaz has emerged with it, goes to Massey. Massey nutmegs Murphy to find Vaz. Crunching challenge by Ronan on Vaz. Only a throw in there for Hampton Richmond Borough. Need to get the ball up the other end of the pitch. 90th minute +5.
Should have about 4 minutes left, including the given added time.
Edwino Vaz. The ball's flat. The ball is flat, and play will be stopped. Will be red ball. Drop ball from the referee at the feet of Sam Deadfield. Paul Field has some space on the right-hand side. Elects to go to Reece Gregor-Cox on the left-hand side. Number 16 does well to come across and clear his lines. Adigan probably did enough to win a foul there, but instead the ref plays it. Massey way too casual. Lyle Taylor could be released here by Adigan, but no. Massey does well to make up for his initial error. Charlie Adams plays the ball out of play, and it will be another throw-in to Hampton and Richmond Borough. Massey,
two passes from Massey there that just haven't really been thought through. Massey
looked to volley that across the pitch to find Field and switch play quickly, but gets it wrong and just kicks it out of play, unfortunately. Chelmsford in no hurry to restart proceedings. Barbrook to take it up the line.
About 2.5 minutes left here.
Yeah, and I suspect there'll be a couple more minutes on top of that as well.
There's a booking for a member of the opposition bench. I think one of the coaching staff has just gone into the book for some lip.
Barbrook throws up the line towards Taylor. Finds Odegaard instead. Odegaard, big battle with Massey. Massey wins it fairly. Lyle Taylor in. Lyle Taylor goes over the top and commits a foul on Fernandez. Will be Maguire to take and lump this up the pitch. Flick on one. Reece Gregor-Cox. Throw into Hampton Richmond Borough. Paul Field plays quickly. It's there with Odegaard. Odegaard managed to clear the lines of Chelmsford City. It will be another throw in. Luis Fernandez to take. Deadfield wins it in the middle. Lyle Taylor. This ball stayed on. Lyle Taylor probably taking this to the corner again, or no. Slips it inside to Adigan. On his right foot, plays one more across. And that is the third for Chelmsford City. And with that, they have sealed all 3 points. Murphy gets his second as Hampton and Richmond Borough committed bodies forward. Short-staffed at the back. The extra pass from Adigan found number 21 Murphy, who was all alone, and he had the simplest of finishes to beat Maguire from close range.
Murphy, he kept his composure well there. He didn't rush it. He took his time and just passed it into the net. Not really a lot I don't think Maguire can really do about that.
No, it's
Unfortunately, just
definitely not on the
passed
keeper.
Passed across the face of the box. Unfortunately, when you're chasing the game in the dying moments, you do leave yourself open to that, and that's what's happened here today. In chasing the game, we left ourselves open to that third, and I don't want to say it's inevitable, but that's the real risk that can happen when you're trying to win the points at this stage in the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, not enough time, I doubt, to get 2 more. But Deadfield goes forward, and it will be a throw-in. The 99 minutes are up. We're into the 10th minute of additional time. It's at the feet of Long King, who goes towards Fasamade. He's got hands all over him, but the header is won by a man in black and gold, and it goes into the hands of Eastwood. Final actions of the game surely coming soon. Edwino Vaz wins the header. Fernandez wins another. Needs to settle possession here. Kretschmar has it. Lyle Taylor dispossesses him. Well tackled, well won. Looks to be handball by Ronan, but on his side. Clears his lines. And we're good, almost into the 11th minute. Referee getting some words in his ear. Doubt there'll be too much time. And that is the final whistle. So it finishes Hampton and Richmond Borough 1, Chelmsford City 3 here at Beverley Stadium on February 14th. It stops a run of 4 unbeaten for the men in red and blue. Probably, I think 3-1 is slightly flattering for the visitors. I heard the man behind me say they were a goal better, which can't disagree with, but I think 2 goals is slightly flattering for the Clarets.
Yeah, it's a flattering result for the visiting side. They'll be happy. They'll be taking that home very gladly. Obviously, this is their first game this month, and they've played like it a little bit, very stop and start. They knew what they were doing. They came to do a job, and they've done it. Unfortunately for us, I think we're still finding our feet a little bit. There's still a lot of new boys who have come in. Manager, I know he's been here a while now, but it's kind of still in that early days if he's going to be here for as a long-term prospect. There's some encouraging signs, I think, from today. There's some things we can definitely take forward to the next game, but it does seem to be those same mistakes, those same patterns that let us down every game. It's now with Hampton and Richmond, almost every game you know to a certain extent what it's going to look like in terms of the phases of the game. Again, first 20 minutes, strong, match them, phased out the game again, and that last 20 minutes really put the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit annoyed that it seems to be it's the same pressure points that we keep falling to.
We had chances as well, Jake. That Faset Made chance sticks out in the memory. And then, of course, Edwino Vaz, a wonderful ball over from Kretschmar. But Edwino Vaz's header hits the base of the post and bounces out. It was ever so close to drawing Hampton and Richmond Borough level. But it wasn't to be today.
Does seem to be at the moment, and it just must be riding our luck that every 50-50 chance there is for the opposition hits the back of the net, every 50-50 chance for us hits the post. And it's just a bit, hopefully this ride of bad luck will even itself out by the end of the season.
Yeah, it often does. Back to the drawing board, and it's okay, because what is good about the fixture congestion is that we have an opportunity to right our wrongs on Tuesday already.
Exactly.
We're away to Totton, and then we're away to Bath this time next week.
What's great about that fixture congestion and the nature of National League South, those defeats, they won't stick with you long. And you know, we've been great on the road recently, so being away on Tuesday night gives us a real opportunity to kind of get some points back on the board, stay out that relegation scrap, and give us something to build on.
Yeah, it's nothing to be too concerned about. Look, or too disheartened about this result. Obviously, it hurts right now, but there were moments there. It just got beaten today.
It's important to remember that the opposition, you know, Chelmsford are not a bad side by any means.
No, full-time side as well.
Full-time side, and like you mentioned, they're looking for promotion to that National League, to that next division. So, you know, this is not a result that's particularly a bad showing for Hampton Richmond. It could have been speculative to say that we were going to win today anyway, so it's not concerning. It's not a relegation scrap by any means today, so I don't think there's too much from today to be disheartened about.
Of course. And do you mind running us through the scores of the National League South?
I'll get them up quickly for...
No worries. Thank you to everyone who commented in the chat, both on the watch long and the radio. We really appreciate your support.
Well, I will mention, I know it's not National League South, but I will mention there's been an upset in the FA Cup with Burnley going out to Mansfield Town.
Wow, how about
2-1.
that? How about that? Magic of the Cup.
So let's get up National League South. So National League South, we should Chippenham beat Maidstone at 1-0. Daniel Redbridge saw out their 1-0 victory against Bath. It's still going on at Dorking with a 5-3 thriller. 4 minutes remaining.
They came back into it, wow.
Exactly, 4 minutes remaining against Farnborough. They're currently 2 to the good. Ebbsfleet 4-0 up against Totton with about 30 minutes left of that game. Hemel Hempstead held out for a 1-0 victory over Worthing, with Hornchurch beating Tonbridge 3-2 in the end. Salisbury currently trailing 2-1 to Chesham in the 93rd minute. Slough and Horsham finished goalless. Torquay and Maidenhead 1-1, and Weston-super-Mare beating Eastbourne 3-1 to secure there.
Yeah, so not as many. We had a lot of upsets in last week's round of fixtures. These ones not too much. So it was more regular service resumed with all the big boys winning. Dagenham and Redbridge over Bath, Dorking over Farnborough, Ebbsfleet over Totton, all matches you would expect. Hemel Hempstead getting a good win, back to winning ways against Worthing there. Hornchurch winning against Tunbridge. All results almost went exactly as you would have expected them at the end of the 90.
Yeah, and I think it's Totton we're playing on Tuesday, is that right?
It is.
It is. Well, them now coming off a heavy 4-0 defeat potentially gives us a real opportunity to get back to those winning ways. Last time we were away, 3-0 victory. Hopefully we can replicate that kind of scoreline again when we go play Totton.
Indeed. Totton is another one of the rearranged fixtures. Was initially scheduled to be played Saturday 31st of January, but we will be travelling there on a Tuesday night instead. Without further ado, I think that's just about us, Jake. Thank you very much for joining me here on the watch long.
No, perfect. Thank you for having me.
And next time, I hope you just bring some 3 points with you, and we'll be all right. Cheers for everyone. Cheers for everyone tuning in and also listening in on the radio. We really appreciate it. Hope to see you here at the Bev very, very soon. Happy Valentine's Day, and have a good rest of your weekend, people. Cheers.